Okay, so I'm sitting in class reading email while my students are working on a digital audio project, and I get this email. And so I project it and I say, okay, which one of you guys did it? Because I figured it's a prank. And they said, no, none of us, it's legit. So after class, I go back, I call the guy, it was legit. And he encouraged me to audition to America's Got Talent because they were trying to do more technology acts, and he said, and what you do is utterly unique. Okay. Well, after several telephone calls and emails, I figured out that what I really had to do was to present a 90-second video with no setup, just walk in and play. And if you can't do that, can't do it live, then you have to do a video. Well, how do you demo a real-time interactive improvisation system in 90 seconds? Well, the answer is you do 5 choruses of a G minor blues at a tempo 192, take 2 choruses of 4s, 2 choruses of the echo thing, a tight head at the end, and hope for the best. Now, they said also that the video should not be really very, very good quality, just home video, and we definitely achieved that. I had some, a student video to be in class, and we got that. Well, so I put the video up on my website. Tony seemed to like it, which landed me a front-of-line pass, which was all important, and so decided to go to Detroit. So on the afternoon of Friday, November 6th, after my classes, my wife and I hop in the car, we drive across Ontario, check into the Crowne Plaza Hotel. Night in the city. The night is tonight, tomorrow night, or any night. The city is Detroit. It's 1 o'clock in the morning on a cold autumn night, and this is the face of Detroit when it's asleep, or as nearly asleep as any city ever is. No, it's not a film noir. So the next morning we walk across to the Cobo Center. I get into the first line. My front of line pass lets me get registered. And I go into the first waiting room, which is set up as a performance space, and God help me, it was like being in a Fellini film. I mean, there were dancers, and there were singers, and I have no idea what this gentleman did. So all shapes and sizes, singers, songwriters, skater girls, and there I was, and what I found finally to my relief was that I was, in fact, not the oldest guy in the room, although it was close. So the front of line pass got me to the next holding pen, and from there they said, if you take any pictures, you're out, so there's no more pictures here. Then I got into the first group that went into the waiting room outside one of the audition spaces, where I discovered that front of line did not mean audition first. There was a producer in there who was calling in groups, like a bunch of singers, a bunch of dancers, and since GenJam and I are like none of the above, we just sat there for about 4 hours, and finally then got into the see the producer with a group with the skater girls you saw and a bunch of other front of line rejects. And I played my video, and it starts out, audio. Well, that's okay, because he couldn't hear me either. So I'm explaining that this is an improvisational jazz system. Where's the audio? Oh, geez. Okay. Well, this was supposed to work. What? Well, okay. So he's looking at it, and he says, well, the visuals help. It was clear to me that he didn't really like jazz because I'm improvising and he's just kind of turned off. But he says, okay, again, the visuals are nice. He listens for a while. And then he says, how does it hear you? Well, there's a pitch tracker. It's building chromosomes, going back and forth, doing all this kind of thing. And then he starts to ask a question at a certain point, and it's right when the tight head happened, which is going to come up right about now. He stopped in mid-sentence and listened, because now it's not jazz anymore. It's tight. It's closer to pop music, which is all they care about. Okay, so we hop in the car, we drive back across through the wind farms of Ontario to Rochester, and I wait for a response. And in April, I get this email with the pensive Simon Cowell, and Do your worst. Do your worst. Thank you very much. Yes.